The one that is getting a limited release in theaters, we were really excited to see it at some festivals. I believe it played at TIFF. It was at different places. Broker.
Yeah.
Hirokazu Kore-eda made a movie years ago that I hunted down and absolutely loved. It is called Like Father, Like Son. If you
Like
can
Son.
find this
Yes.
movie, please watch it. Like, I look at my score and I'm like, hell yeah, I did like it that much.
Yeah.
Since 2013, my man's been making the same movie over and over and over, and I do not mind.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broker, don't fix it.
Honestly, Shoplifters was a great movie from a couple of years ago, like right before the pandemic, right? 2018. Fantastic little film. Got to see it at the IFC Center. Broker, did not get to catch it in the theater, but damn, if I could, I would. I highly recommend leaving the house for this. Zach, talk a little about Broker, because we had the privilege to be able to get a link from Neon. So
Yeah.
I was excited to
shouts
jump into
Neon. Yeah, so Broker, as you mentioned, the new Kore-eda film, it is about a couple of men who work at a baby box drop, a place for women to anonymously drop off their unwanted babies if they feel they no longer can care for them. And these men who then accept the babies are brokers to then sell these children to couples who want to have children outside of the adoption process. And while that sounds like a very shady start to the story, if you are familiar with those films that aren't mentioned, like Father, Like Son, Shoplifters, you know that Kore-eda loves to take like a look at like potentially sinister people and see how they kind of form a family along the way. And the way that this movie just sort of like takes a dire situation and somehow makes it this like really heartwarming, sweet drama is this very bizarre kind of walking of a tightrope in morality that has this strange effect, this strange, just really pleasing and like I said, heartwarming effect by its end. It's very emotional. It's very sweet. The kind of movie that makes you really think about like what family is and should be. And that he does it from these strange premises is just such a credit to him as a filmmaker. He creates these very tender moments between the characters, like the car wash, that just sort of like are these moments that evoke the magic and beauty of life. And it also helps that you have Song Kang-ho, who delivers so much pathos and carries the weight of like a life of regret on his shoulders throughout this movie. It's so tender and beautiful. I think it's such a great movie. I don't think I liked it more than either Like Father, Like Son or Shoplifters, but those are strong movies to compare something to.
Yeah. I almost feel bad doing that because it's like, it's so good, it's unfair to it. But like you said, you mentioned the car wash scene. That's a beautiful scene. I'm going to mention the wheel, I'm blanking on it. What's it called? Ferris wheel scene. That scene, man, I was going to end the year in tears with that scene.
Yeah.
I highly recommend this movie. Everything that Zach said, I attribute as well, because only a director like this can make a movie that's damn near about human trafficking. And you feel sympathetic for every single person involved. And there are characters who appear well into the third act of the movie. You have like the kid who's the stowaway, the way that the relationships even evolve and change within them. They're completely different people by the end of it. I highly recommend this movie if you have the chance to watch it. I know Music Box, I believe near us, is getting it. It should be playing in New York. The more that it rolls out, hopefully more people are able to catch it. And with it being a Neon movie, I'm curious if they're going to release it on Hulu, because I believe that's still who they have their streaming deal with. But
yeah,
nonetheless,
eventually.
Keep an eye out for Broker. It's one of the best ones. And while you're waiting for it, watch all of his other movies because they're definitely worth it. So
absolutely,
big recommendation from both of us.
Devesh brings up an interesting question in the live stream because while this is a renowned film from a renowned filmmaker, it did not ultimately get the submission from Korea for Best International Feature. That went to Chan-wook Park's Decision to Leave. So are you okay with that decision of going with Decision to Leave? Or I mean, really, the problem is they shouldn't limit a country to one movie. That's the root of the problem.
Do the RRR thing. India said no. They said, okay, we're still going to do it. Yeah, that kind of sucks. It always brings us back to one of the big ones, 2019 with France, where they didn't do Portrait. And it makes you think like Portrait, the one who's in Sight and Sound now. But we look back and it's like, no, Les Miserables from that year was fantastic as well. Look, I'm probably fresh off of it. Emotionally, Broker hit me way more than Decision to Leave, but Decision to Leave is a technical masterpiece that we will be breaking down for years to come. Like, you got to learn the languages, both languages in Decision to really understand that movie. So I won't decide there, but I just want to show my love to Broker. Decision's a great movie, though. No way you
Decision's
don't
really good.
submit that.
I think I narrowly go Decision, but it's not an easy decision.
It's not an easy one. Happily to not be the one who has to make that one.
Yes.
But I am the one who has to break this one for you. While Broker is a movie you should go out to theaters to watch.